Okay, part 4, question 151. Most states require that listing agreements contain A. Multiple listing service, MB clause, B. Automatic extension clause, C. Definite contract termination date, D. Broker protection clause. The answer to 151 is C. Definite contract termination date. Yes, that's always in the contract, okay? It's always a definite contract termination date. Question 152. A written agreement between a broker and a client includes the following language. In return for the compensation agreed upon, broker will assist client in locating and purchasing a suitable property. Broker will receive the agreed upon compensation regardless of whether broker, client, or some other party locates the property ultimately purchased by client. What kind of agreement is this? A. Exclusive agency listing. B. Exclusive agency buyer agency agreement. C. Exclusive buyer agency agreement. Or D. Open buyer agency agreement. And the answer to 152 is C, exclusive buyer agency agreement. Question 153. A legally enforceable agreement under which two parties promise to do something for each other is known as A, escrow agreement, B, legal pledge, C, valid contract, D, option agreement. The answer to 153 is C. That's a valid contract. A legally enforceable agreement under which two parties promise to do something for each other is known as C. Valid contract. Question 154. In describing real estate, the system that may use a property's physical features to determine boundaries and measurement is A. Rectangular survey, B. Meets and bounds, C. Government survey, D. Lot and block. Question 154 is B. The meets and bounds. In describing real estate, the system that may use a property's physical features to determine boundaries and measurement is meets and bounds. 155. Which of the following appraisal methods uses a rate of investment return? A. Sales comparison approach. B. Income approach. C. Cost approach. D. Gross income multiplier method. Question 155 is B. Income approach. So which of the following appraisal methods uses a rate of investment return? It is the income approach. Question 156. The value which represents the price that a property will bring if it is sold after being offered for a reasonable period of time, with the sale completed between knowledgeable buyers and sellers, neither acting under duress, is the A. Present value, B. Current clause, C. Market value, or D. Future value. The answer to 156 is C. Market value. 157. The statement that no prudent person would pay more for a parcel of real estate than the price of a reasonable close alternative which is available without undue delay refers to the principle of A. Balance, B. Conformity, C. Competition, or D. Substitution. The answer to 157 is D. Substitution. Okay, so the statement that no prudent person would pay more for a parcel of real property than the price of a reasonable close alternative, which is available without undue delay, refers to the principle of substitution. Question 158. Carl, an appraiser, was appraising a 3-bedroom house. He had a comparable with 5 bedrooms that sold for $160,000. Carl makes an adjustment of $5,000 to the comparable for the difference in the number of bedrooms. The adjuster sales price of the comparable will be A, $170,000, B, $165,000, C, $155,000, or D, $175,000. And the answer to 158 is C. Shit. I got that one right, and I don't remember how I did that. Okay. Question 159. Jory constructs an 8-bedroom brick home with a tennis court, a greenhouse, and an indoor pool in a neighborhood of modest 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom frame houses on narrow lots. The value of Jory's house is most likely to be affected by what principle? A, progression, B, assemblage, C, change, D, regression. The answer to 159 is D. It is the principle of regression. Okay? So Jory constructs an 8-bedroom brick home with a tennis court, a greenhouse, and an indoor pool in a neighborhood of modest 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom frame houses on narrow lots. The value of Jory's house is most likely to be affected by what principle? The principle of regression. Question 160. All of the following factors would be important in comparing properties under the sales comparison approach to value, except differences in A, original cost, B, appearance and condition, C, financing terms, D, dates of sale. The answer to 160 is A, original cost. 161. Capitalization is the process by which annual net operating income is used to A, estimate value, B, establish depreciation, C, determine cost, D, determine potential tax value. Okay, so the answer to 161 is A, estimate value. Capitalization is the process by which annual net operating income is used to estimate value. Question 162. Zach has become successful in developing a very profitable real estate project. It has been so profitable that Tony Carlisle, Robin, and Teddy are all engaging in similar activity now in the same area, thus driving down profits. Which principle of value do you see in operation in this scenario? A, anticipation, B, competition, C, value, D, progression. The answer to 162 is B, competition. Question 163. The characteristics required for a property to have value include all of the following except A, effective demand, B, scarcity, C, depreciation, D, transferability. The answer to 163 is C, depreciation. The characteristics required for a property to have value include all of the following except depreciation. So, in order for the characteristics for a property to have value include effective demand, scarcity, and transferability. 164. Candy built her dream house for $375,000 in a neighborhood of $125,000 homes and suffered a substantial loss when she had to sell 3 years later. This is an example of the principle of A, anticipation, B, competition, C, progression, D, regression. Answer 164 is D, regression. So since she built her dream home for 375 in a neighborhood of a really lower neighborhood of $125,000 homes, when she suffered a loss, and that's the principle of regression. Progression is when you build when you have a cheaper home in a neighborhood of more expensive homes. That would be progression. 165. In the income approach to appraisal, if the net income was $65,000 and the capitalization rate was 12%, to find the value of the DF, the property, the appraiser would A, multiply the income by the capitalization rate. B, multiply the capitalization rate by the net income. C, divide the net income by the capitalization rate. D, divide the capitalization rate by the net income. So the answer to 165 is C. Divide the net income by the capitalization rate. In the income approach to appraisal, if the net income was $65,000 and the capitalization was 12%, to find the value of the property, so I would divide the net income, $65,000, okay, by the capitalization rate, which is 12%. So it would be 65,000 divided by 12, and that's how I would find the value of the property. Okay, that's the income approach. 166. The Oklahoma Residential Landlord and Tenant Act provides that if the rental agreement does not specify the terms of the tenancy for all other than a roomer, the tenancy will be A, month to month, B, week to week, C, year to year, D, day to day. The answer for 166 is A, month to month. Question 167. The Oklahoma Residential Landlord and Tenant Act provides the landlord or their tenant may terminate a month-to-month tenancy with a written notice to the other at least A, 30 days before termination, B, 60 days before termination, C, 90 days before termination, D, 120 days before termination. The answer to 167 is A, 30 days before termination. 168. If the tenancy is less than month to month, the landlord or tenant may terminate the tenancy with written notice of A, 5 days, B, 7 days, C, 9 days, D, 14 days. The answer to 168 is B, 7 days. If it's less than month to month, you have to notify within 7 days, okay? All right, 169. Under the Statute of Frauds of Oklahoma, all contracts for the sale of real estate must be in writing to be enforceable. The principal reason for this statute is to A, prevent the broker from defrauding the seller. B, protect the broker. C, prevent fraud by fictitious oral contract. D, protect the buyer from defrauding the broker. Okay? Question 169 is C. Yes, prevent fraud by fictitious oral contract. 170. In appraising a single-purpose building, such as a church, the most reliable approach to an indication of its value would generally be the A, cost approach, B, investment approach, C, market data approach, D, gross rent multiplier approach, GRM approach. The answer to 70 is C. Oh, sorry. The answer to 70 is A, the cost approach. Question 171. Martin has been charged with the responsibility of appraising an apartment complex that is 25 years old when the apartments were built. The area was exclusively residential. Today, there are many industrial plants that have moved into the area. This best exemplifies A. Functional obsolescence, B. Physiological change, C. Economic obsolescence, or D. Sociological change. The answer to 171 is C. Economic obsolescence. 172. A developer received a loan that covers 5 parcels of real estate and provides for the release of the mortgage lien on each parcel. When certain payments are made on the loan, this type of loan arrangement is called A. Purchase money loan, B. Package loan, C. Blanket loan, D. Wraparound loan. The answer to 172 is C. Blanket loan. 173. When the Federal Reserve Board raised its discount rates, all of the following are likely to happen except A. Buyer's points will increase. B. Interest rates will fall. C. Mortgage money will become scarce. D. The percentage of ARMs will increase. Okay. The answer to 173 is B. Interest rates will fall. 174. Discount points on a mortgage are computed as a percentage of A. Selling price, B. Closing costs, C. Amount borrowed, D. Down payment. The answer to 174 is C. Amount borrowed. 175. The primary activity of Freddie Mac is to A. Guarantee mortgages with the full faith and credit of the federal government. B. Buy and pool blocks of conventional mortgages and sell bonds that use them as security. C. To team with Ginnie Mae to provide special assistance in times of tight money. D. Buy and sell VA and FHA mortgages. The answer to 175 is B. Buy and pool blocks of conventional mortgages and sell bonds that use them as security. The primary activity of Freddie Mac is to buy and pool blocks of conventional mortgages and sell bonds that use them as security. Question 176. The primary mortgage market is made up of the lenders who A. Originate mortgage loans, B. Compare rates on mortgage loans, C. Compensate lenders for giving loans, D. Insure all loans sold to the secondary market. The answer to 176 is A. Originate mortgage loans. Question 177. The title or opinion of title discloses all of the following except A. Liens, B. Encumbrances, C. Easements, D. Seller's loan amount. The answer to 177 is D. Seller's loan amount. The title or opinion of title discloses all of the following. Okay, so title is the legal concept of ownership, and it discloses liens, encumbrances, easements, but it does not disclose the seller's loan amount. Of course, it wouldn't disclose the seller's loan amount. Okay, 178. A federal law that requires certain disclosures about the mortgage and settlement process and prohibits certain practices that increase the cost of settlement services, such as kickbacks and referral fees, is A. The Sherman Antitrust Act, B. The Mortgage Disclosure Improvement Act, C. The Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, D. The Integrated Disclosure Rule. The answer to 178 is C. The Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. the federal law that requires certain disclosures about the mortgage and settlement process and prohibits certain practices that increase the cost of settlement services such as kickback and referral fees is the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. Question 179. A debit is the amount to be A, paid to either the buyer or seller, B, payable to the buyer or seller, C, paid by the insurance company, D, paid by the lender. 179 is A. Yes, a debit is the amount to be paid by either the buyer or the seller. If it's a credit, the credit is you are getting paid. Okay? A debit is a debt. A credit is something earned. Question 180. All types of liens except A, statutory, B, equitable, C, general, D, priority. Those are all liens except question 180 is D, priority. Priority is not the name of a lien. All of these are liens, statutory, equitable, and general. Okay? 81. Ad valorem is a Latin word for A, based on, B, according to value, C, in addition to, D, in lieu of. We know this one, right? 181 is B, according to value. Ad valorem is Latin for according to value. Question 182. A realtor met with a buyer client who is Asian. The client asked the realtor for some available listings in a particular area of homes valued at $500,000. The realtor told the buyer client about some beautiful homes in a different neighborhood and mentioned that it was a great area and that the neighborhood was primarily Asian homeowners. What possible violation can the realtor find him or herself in? A, no violation at all. B, fair housing. C, RESPA. D, Sherman Antitrust. Question 182 is B, fair housing. They definitely violated fair housing, right? 183. All of the following are considered protected classes according to Title 8 of the Civil Rights Act of 1968, except A, familial status, B, color, C, sex, D, gender identity. Question 183. Yep, gender identity is not a protected class. All the other ones are. Okay? 184. This law was intended to create a marketplace in which persons of similar financial means have a similar range of housing choices. A, federal fair housing. B, housing and community development. C, equal opportunity in housing. D, housing for older persons. The answer to 184 is C, equal opportunity in housing. Question 185. A fire-resistant mineral that was once used extensively as insulation and to strengthen other materials is known as A, encapsulation, B, radon, C, asbestos, D, lead. We know this one, right? 185 is definitely asbestos. Okay? 186. A naturally occurring, colorless, odorless, tasteless, radioactive gas produced by the decay of other radioactive substances is known as A, radon, B, lead, C, asbestos, D, formaldehyde. Question 186 is A. That's definitely radon. Radon is naturally occurring, colorless, odorless, tasteless, and it's radioactive gas, and it's always produced by the decay of other radioactive substances. Okay? 187. This can be found almost anywhere and can grow on almost any organic substance. as long as moisture, oxygen, and an organic food source are present. We know this one. A, chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. B, carbon monoxide, CO. C, polychlorinated biphenyls, BCB. D, mold. It's definitely D, right? Question 187. Yep, that's mold. Okay. 188. A provisional sales associate is A, licensee who has been licensed for more than 1 year. B, a licensee who has been licensed for less than 1 year. C, a licensee who hasn't had a transaction yet. D, a licensee who has only assisted another licensee in a transaction. Question 188 is B, a licensee who has been licensed for less than 1 year. That's right. Question 189. The Oklahoma Real Estate Commission is located A, Tulsa, Oklahoma. B, Ardmore, Oklahoma. C, Oklahoma City. D, Durant, Oklahoma. Question 189 is C, right? Oklahoma City. Question 190. The Real Estate Commission shall issue every license for a term of A, 12 months and 36 months. B, 12 months and 32 months. C, 10 months and 36 months. D, 14 months and 30 months. Question 90 is A. That's right. 12 months and 36 months. Okay? So 1 year and then 3 years. Okay? So the making of a materially false or fraudulent statement in an application of license is A, cause for suspension or revocation of license. B, prohibited dealing. C, acceptable. D, grounds for going to jail. 191 is A, a cause for suspension or revocation of license. Okay, 192, all properties used for single-family or multifamily housing, whether in urban, suburban, or rural areas, are known as A, commercial property. B, agricultural property. C, residential property. D, special purpose. 192 is C, residential property. Okay, 193, when supply increases and demand is low, prices A, increase. B, decrease. C, stays the same. B, both price and value increase. 193 is B. Okay, so when supply increases, that means there's a lot of supply. We have a lot. And demand is low. That means there's nobody to buy it. We have so much shit with no one to buy it. Okay, the prices will, what? They'll drop. Yes, that's right. Okay, so here's the opposite one. Question 194. When supply increases, okay, and demand remains stable, prices A, stay the same. B, go up. C, go down. D, price and value go up. 194 is B. They'll go up. So supply increases, but demand remains stable, stays the same. Prices will still go up. Okay? A detailed way of describing a parcel of land in a document that will be accepted in a court of law is A, a monument. B, a survey. C, a legal description. D, a deed. 195 is C, a legal description. 195, let me make sure that's C. Yeah, a legal description. A detailed way of describing a parcel of land in a document that will be accepted in a court of law is a legal description. 196, how many sections are in a township? A, 12. B, 34. C, 36. D, 24. We know this one, right? 196 is C. That's right. There's 36 sections in a township. Okay? Legal descriptions under the metes and bounds method of land description is described by A. The point of beginning. B. The point of end. C. By lot and block description. D. By monuments. 197 is A. That's right. Legal descriptions under the metes and bounds method of land description is described by the point of beginning. You start at the point of beginning and you end at the point of beginning. Question 198. The point, line, or surface from which elevations are measured is referred to as A. Measuring elevations. B. Metes and bounds. C. Datum. D. Land units. That's right, it's datum. C. The point, line, or surface from which elevations are measured is referred to as C. Datum. Two more. 199. A formal declaration under oath that a person who signs a written document does so voluntarily and that the signature is genuine is A. An acknowledgement. B. Signature of grantor. C. Habendum clause. D. Granting clause. This one's A, right? Hold on, let me make sure. 199? 199? Yep. A. An acknowledgement. Good job. Okay, last one. Question 200. Contains no express warranties against encumbrances, but it does imply that the grantor holds title and possession of the property. A. Bargain and sale deed. B. Special warranty deed. C. General warranty deed. D. Covenant of Seism. So question 200 is A. Bargain and sale deed. So remember that a bargain and sale deed contains no express warranties against encumbrances, but it does imply that the grantor holds title and possession of the property. Okay, let's get this uploaded on YouTube and start listening to it.